Hi,
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I am great. I couldn't
Oh,
be
good.
better.
That's awesome. Yay. I'm excited to do this podcast episode with you and share just the amazing wins that you're having inside of your business.
Isn't it exciting? Like,
So
I am
exciting.
nobody. Like, I never thought I could
Yeah.
be in this position. So,
Yeah, I know.
yeah,
And it's just such a blessing too, isn't it?
it is amazing. Yeah.
I'm going to start off with like just sharing like what your biggest win has been. What is that win for you?
So, I think my biggest win is matching my salary that I had as a teacher.
I love
Yes.
that.
Because I retired from the classroom in June, thinking,
Mhm.
okay, I can earn a little money by tutoring, but I need to earn enough. So, being able to do that on half the time, it's amazing to me.
I
Uh-huh.
know. And so many people, they just think that I'm just lying when I tell them these stories, but there's just so many of them. People have to really listen to the stories to know that this really can happen.
Mhm.
This is not fake. This is not AI. It's not all this different stuff. It's
Right.
not fake
It's really
TV
real.
fake. It's not
Uh-huh.
fake news. It's not.
Right. And you know what? All throughout Jumpstart, seeing all the other people and where they were getting, I thought, I can do that. I know how to do that. It's just been an amazing wild ride.
I love it. Yay. Let's get started. Are you
Okay.
ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right, let's do it. Welcome to another episode, you guys, of the Online Tutor Business Coach. I'm so excited that you are here and you are going to learn all about how Gayle Lynch is now matching her salary as a teacher. Now, a lot of us, we listen to that and we're like, are you kidding me? There is no way. But seriously, she's working half the time and she is making as much as she was when she was teaching in the school system. This is not fake news, you guys. This is really true. This is a real person. I have so many people when they meet me, they're like, oh my gosh, you're a real person. Yes, I'm a real person. And so is Gail. She's a real person too. Gail teaches reading online and she's been a part of our community since I believe September. And she has just been rushing it in her tutoring business. So thanks for joining us today, Gail.
Thanks for having me, Joanne. I'm so excited to be here.
Oh, I'm so excited too. So tell me, how did you get started? Like you retired in June from teaching
Hmm.
of 2023,
Yes, I
and then you
did.
started tutoring in September of 2023, correct?
Yes, I sure did. So the
Awesome.
first time I heard about online tutoring, I thought, wow, that's pretty cool. And
Yeah.
then I thought, oh, I can do that. I know how to teach, but I never thought I could make a business of it.
I'm not really a big fan of some of the other companies that pay tutors as poorly as they do. So to be able to really be all on your own with running your business
Mhm.
empowers you to be able to make more in your tutoring business, be able to serve the students that you love and do what you did. What was the transition point for you from I could do that to you actually started doing it?
There was another tutoring company that I took some of their business courses just online, and that was super helpful. I learned a lot. I created a website. And then I'm like, okay, what now? All right, I'm ready. I'm ready. Come on, people. And about that time, I ran across a YouTube video that you had done, and I saw that you had the ultimate support group on Facebook for online tutors. And I joined that and I learned more. And then I heard about Jumpstart, and I thought, gosh, I'm not making any money, but I'm not going to make any on my own. I don't know how to do this. So I joined
Yeah.
Jumpstart. I did every single thing that was assigned every week. And wouldn't you know it, like the people started to come and I started to realize I can do this. I watched all the people around me having success. And then I started having success. And then
Uh-huh.
Jumpstart was over. I was a little worried about doing it more on my own. So I stayed for Insider Secret. And man, oh man, I thought Jumpstart couldn't get any better, but Insider Secret is like the penultimate. It is amazing. I keep learning and growing, and every time I'm on a call or watch a video, I learn something new. And I thought, oh
Mhm.
my gosh, wow, that's amazing. So That's my trajectory. That's how it came to be.
I love it. That is so exciting. And what is your experience as you've been working with your students in reading? I know I used to get this objection, not objection, but people would be a little skeptical of how do you teach reading online? Are you finding that people are more open to learning to read? And what has your experience been with teaching reading online?
I think it has really come a long way. So, one of the things that I thought in the beginning was, how can I tutor reading online? How can I engage these students? But as I started going through it and doing it, I discovered ways to engage kids in a way that is so much more entertaining than doing it face to face. I can be a whole lot more entertaining in the screen than I can be in person because I've got all of my little bag of tricks next to me and I can hold up things and do things. And for getting the parents on board, I've created a couple blog posts with videos in them of what I do and how I do it and how I engage the kids. And I find it to be far more effective than having to go to a place to be tutored. You're right
Yeah.
there. It's so convenient.
It is so convenient. I know there's so many benefits for the parents. In the beginning, we think about all the benefits for ourselves, and there are a ton of them. But when we're looking at it from a marketing perspective, we always have to think about the benefits of our ideal client. Like their kids can be involved in sports and still do their
Mhm.
tutoring. Their kids don't have to go to a center 4 days a week or even 2 days a week. They can easily fit this into their schedule while the parent is doing their laundry and their child is getting the help that they need, and the parent isn't having to argue with them to follow along, do what they need to do, and it's saving the relationship. So, so many great
Mhm.
benefits for the kids. Did you hit any like hiccups or snafus as you started learning the marketing side of it? Did you run into anything that kind of you got stuck on? And how did you handle that?
My biggest thing that I got stuck on is learning how to market myself. As a
Yeah.
teacher, I teach, but I've never had to promote myself as come to my classroom because I'm a good teacher. So actually having the courage to do it and
Yeah.
making the actions, and that's what I love about Jumpstart is there your 5 actions a day. So I'm a list follower. If you give me something to do, I'm going to do it. And so as
Yeah.
uncomfortable and scary as it is, I will do it. Marketing myself has been a big challenge. And then when we did the flyer, and then going to places to say, can I hang up my flyer? I know
It's so
that sounds
scary.
silly, but that's terrifying to me. So that was probably my biggest challenge. I'm much more comfortable on Facebook being able to communicate written words because I can craft those words and I can think through those words versus on the spot. Hi, can I put up my flyer, please? You know?
Yeah. I know. It just feels so uncomfortable. And you think it's because of rejection. Nobody
Mhm.
likes rejection, right? We just have to put rejection in the right perspective. They may have rules that don't allow it, and it has nothing to do with us. And so it's not a rejection of us as a person, it's just a rejection of the activity we're asking if we can do. And you'd
Mhm.
rather ask permission than have your stuff just taken down.
Right.
And some people might be like, no, Joanne, I would love my stuff to be up, even if it's only 2 hours and that many people see ad. And I would just say, no, you'd rather have it up for 2 weeks or a year or whatever the case may be without it
Mhm.
having to get taken down, and it's going to have a bigger impact. Plus, you may see that person, those people in the future. So mindset really is a big piece though, isn't it? Because I think when we're very confident about our teaching. We were great teachers in the classroom. Maybe we just didn't like the politics, or maybe we were just done with the overcrowding of classrooms or the not getting paid the right amount for how hard you're working,
Mhm.
whatever the case may be that we're leaving. We don't realize how mindset plays a part when we start running our business. What were some of the thoughts that were going through your head when you were in the beginning stages of building your business?
In the beginning stages, I wanted to work for somebody that would send me people. I just wanted to do the teaching part. And
Yeah.
actually, in the beginning, as much as I worked on my website, I also did job searches. And so I'd be looking online on SchoolSpring, where can I teach part-time and they could just pay me? And what website could I work for? Could I work for Wise Ant? Maybe. But I knew I didn't want to be stuck with that. Just being able to say, okay, I can do this. I will just be brave. and give it a try. What's the worst that could happen? And the best happened.
What's the worst that could happen? I'm not
Mhm.
going to die because of this. And
Right.
like when we put things in perspective, I think it really does open up our mindset. Is not going to kill me. Me putting myself out there to the world. If people have judgments about me, that's their business. It's not my business. What other people have to say about me is not my business,
Mhm.
right? So a lot of times people have their own thoughts or their own perceptions because of what they have been through and their own experiences.
Mhm.
They really are not a reflection of you and who you are and what you're doing. What are some things that you did to protect your mindset? Like when your mind would go into those negative places, what are some things that you found yourself saying? Because we all get there.
I have my tutoring schedule next to my desk, and at the bottom of it is gratitude, courage, and action. That's my mantra. Gratitude, because I'm so thankful that I can do this. I'm so thankful every day I don't have to go into the classroom and do all the things for all the kids every day. I can just focus
Mhm.
on my love, teaching, reading. And courage, because it's scary. It is so scary. In the beginning, all I thought was, I just want people to send kids to me and I'll do the work that way. But I needed to be brave and step out of my comfort zone. And I did that. And then action, because it can be paralyzing to think about, I have to do this, but I have to remember action is what makes it work. So
Mhm.
gratitude, courage, and action. That's my mantra.
That is a beautiful mantra because you're grateful for everything that you have. And you're grateful even if a student leaves, that the next
Mhm.
student is going to come. I just had a student who their last session is going to be next Tuesday, but I've got three new students in my inbox. And so it's like those students can't come in if I keep holding on to all the old ones or having fear about losing that income. Like I have to let all of that go and have trust and faith. Believing in the person you're trusting who's teaching you, but believing in yourself that you can take action on these things too, because
Mhm.
everybody can be taught these things. None of these things are so difficult that you are incompetent to learn them. Did you ever
Right.
feel at some point that you were incompetent maybe to learn some of this stuff?
Yes, of course, because I have grown children. I'm not a spring chicken. I'm not a
Oh,
digital native. And so to
right.
create a website and to do links and blogs and videos, yeah, that was pretty terrifying. But I felt inadequate. But I just
Yeah,
forged ahead. The saying in Jumpstart, I think is where I heard it first, is done is better than perfect.
that's right.
And so I kept telling myself, it's done. It's not perfect, but it's done. And maybe I'm the only one who thinks it's not perfect, but that's okay.
I know other people are probably looking at it and they're like, no, that's fantastic. I don't even know what you're talking about. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Our own perception can sometimes be our
Mhm.
worst critic.
Yeah.
And
So
oh
definitely
gosh,
some intimidation, but I got through it.
you
So,
did. Yay.
yeah.
And it's so exciting to be able to see that. How many students are you able to work with now?
So right now I have 11 students. I'm tutoring 22
Wow.
hours a week, and that
That's
really is
awesome.
my max because I am very committed to keeping a day a week off. And I really only work 3.5 days. And that's
Nice.
plenty, but I want to spend time with my family. I want to spend time with my
Yeah.
elderly parents. And
Yeah.
so the balance is what is important to me. I have three people that just contacted me in the last 2 days about tutoring. And I don't have a place to put them now, but I can put them in the summer. I'll have more
Yeah.
room there. But yeah, I could do more, but what I have is the perfect amount for me.
Those people are going to keep coming to
Right.
you. They'll just keep,
Hmm.
you're just going to keep if you continue to take the right actions, you'll have
Hmm.
people coming to you and you don't have to worry about not making as much. And maybe there's some times where you're able to take on more students and times where you have to take on less students, but that's okay because it's all going to work out at the end.
Right,
I love it.
right. Something that Esme said in one of her group coaching sessions is she said, just keep filling the pipe. Just fill the pipe. Eventually it's going to overflow. And sure enough, it's overflowing now. Like I don't have
Yes.
to do much. They're contacting me now. I had one mother say,
Yeah.
I've already interviewed you. You don't know it, but I looked at your website and I interviewed you through the website, and everything I saw made me realize I want to work with you. So
Yeah.
I
And
Yeah.
that's the power and testament of videos because you've got really great videos on your website. And I love that when people can get to know you through
Hmm.
seeing you in action, that really, when they can see that you understand what they're going through, they can understand that you really do love helping people like their child. You've got great tips and tricks. When they see those kinds of things, why would they choose anybody else? Their search is
Right. Uh-huh.
done. They're not going to keep looking. So
Right.
you've put all of that time and all of the time in learning how to do those things, all the time in creating those things, but it's worth it because now you have a
Hmm.
sustainable business for as long as you want. If
Right.
you're retired from teaching, but if you want to keep doing this for another 10 years, you can.
Yes.
If you want to do it for 20 or 30 years, you can. It's
Hmm.
totally up to you. I think that's the saddest thing about when I hear about people, the difference between retirement from like there's different two different people who are in the school system, they can't wait until they retire. And then when I talk to the people that are in our community, they're like, I don't ever have to retire
Right.
because I love doing what I'm doing so much.
I love doing what I'm doing. Why would I retire from this? I have
Right.
tutored from a cruise ship. I've tutored from the Netherlands. I've tutored in a car. I have tutored everywhere, and it doesn't impact my desire to travel and desire to go places and see my family. So why would I don't need to I don't need to
Oh
stop
my gosh.
working. I love what I do.
But I love it. Us reading tutors, we get that kind of humor. Other people, they're
Mhm.
rolling their eyes like, oh my God, you did not just say that. Yes,
I know.
I did.
See, this is why we need to tutor children because they get it. You
They
can
laugh
sing
when we
and
say
be
that stuff.
silly. Hmm.
Yes. And they love it. They so love
They
it.
love it. They love it. I have one of my students that whenever she reads something right, she gets a crown to put on her head and it's pink with sparkles. And I have some students that we throw basketballs back and forth. It's just fun. It's just,
I know. This is what teaching was supposed to always be like, wasn't it?
uh-huh. Yeah.
Really do. I really do think that this is what teaching was supposed to be like. I'm
Hmm.
so grateful to be in the private sector versus the public sector
Hmm.
and to just be doing this on my own, not have to worry about it. I got a message from a parent today saying that her child is now reading on grade level is at she was so excited. He's at the 62 percentile of second graders. And she's, this never would have happened if it wasn't for you. And this is
Uh-huh.
not the type of report that I had before. He was below reading level. We couldn't figure out what was going on. And I've only worked with him for 2 months.
Oh my goodness.
Hmm.
Wow.
I
I'm
know.
taking your reading interventionist class, and I've been using some of the strategies. So earlier, I worked with a student and I used some of the strategies. We had the best discussion about this book, and I felt like I got to know him more in that 10 minutes of really
Yeah.
diving into this book.
Yeah.
Wow, what an eye opener.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's always
So
more to
cool.
learn. And yeah.
There is. And we always have to keep putting ourselves. The best part is we get to choose what we're going to learn. When I worked in a school system, they told me what I was going to learn. Oh, you have to learn this new curriculum. Oh, you need to learn this new behavior management strategy. Oh, you need to learn this new system protocol that we have to put into place because we have these active shooters in schools, right? There are all these new
Mhm.
things that I had to learn, but they weren't necessarily like things that I cared about learning. I just
Right.
had to attend. All right, I never had to attend an active shooter kind of training, but they do have to do that
Oh,
now.
they, yes,
Mhm.
and they're very scary.
Yeah, I bet. And I'm so grateful that I've never had to experience that because I've been doing this now since 2010. So, you guys, there is a life that is so much better out there. If
Mhm.
you are on the fence, this is true. We are not fake people. We are real people. Gail's real. I'm real.
Unreal. Mhm.
We've replaced our income. Now I can make anywhere between eight to $10,000 a month just for my tutoring business and doing nothing else. And that feels like safety and security to me compared
Mhm.
to what I was doing before. And that's just one arm of my business. I've got the other arm of my business where I help other tutors, and this gets to be my life. And I get to share it
So
with amazing
true.
people like you, Gail.
You know what? I have to tell you how grateful I am that I found you because I wouldn't be where I am today without Jumpstart and without insiders. There's no way. I would be maybe two or three students and still looking for a part-time job and impacting children the way I'm impacting them, changing lives. There,
Yeah,
that's priceless.
it's
But
priceless.
yeah.
It's priceless. So I'm curious. Okay, I'm going to ask you a personal question. People are always scared on this one. When you
Open
first
book.
started tutoring, what did you think you were going to tutor? How much did you think you were going to charge for your tutoring? And what are you charging now?
So I thought that I would be making, I don't know, $50 an hour. And I thought that would be super great. And I told my first student $55 an hour, and I didn't get anybody. They said, "Oh, I'm sorry, no." And after about 2 or 3 weeks of not getting anybody, then I lowered my price and then they came on. But now I'm at $70 an hour. And I just spoke to a family in Hawaii last night, and they did not bat an eye at $70 an hour. And they
Mhm.
just want their son to get help, and they want me to be the one to help. So and
I
70
love
is too
that.
low, but I'm increasing it a little bit each time as I get another student, it goes up.
I
So,
love it. I
mhm,
think that's awesome because I think that's one of the scary points in our business. You probably thought there's no way I'm going to get 50. And then you had somebody who confirmed that for you because the
mhm.
universe delivers for us. Whatever we think about attracts to us. So in
Uh-huh.
your mind, you're like, nobody's going to pay 50. And then that happened. You were
Right.
like, see, I told you nobody would pay 50. So let me charge less. Then I'll get somebody. And what had happened? You charged less, but it wasn't because of the charging less that you got somebody. You felt confident that if you charged that amount, somebody would say yes.
Mm,
So there's our
yeah.
mindset stuff that's going on. And now you're charging 70 and it's people are not batting an eye at that.
No, they're
And
not.
that just makes it and I think what's important is it's not just about okay, let me charge as much as I possibly can and just juice people out of everything that they have. That's not
Mhm,
at all. The point is we can charge a lot more for our services, but there's also a cost to doing business that we
mhm,
have to take into consideration when we're building our business because we do have the taxes to pay, right? So a lot of times we just think about, oh, here's what I made hourly as a teacher. So this is what I should make hopefully when I am tutoring. But
mhm,
we don't take into consideration that you have to pay two sides of the income, right? The business
mhm,
side and your income. So you've got double taxed.
mhm,
You don't realize the resources and tools you need to make your business work online so you can get actually found. So it's like having your brick and mortar. It's although it doesn't have nearly the cost of having a brick and
mhm.
mortar.
True.
That's so much cheaper. It can cost about $500 to go anywhere from $300 to $1,000 to ongoing expenses for your business
Mhm,
every year. So you can get started relatively cheap. In fact, I got started on $0. I just started telling people that I knew. So it doesn't cost a lot to start our business, but we don't really think about how much does it cost to run our business and
mhm,
continue to sustain it. And we have to put that as part of the equation as well so that we are not only getting paid what we're worth, but we have a business that we don't start to resent.
mhm.
And we can resent when we're not bringing in enough money. And that's why there's so many teachers that are resenting their jobs right now, right?
Right.
Not
Mhm,
making the amount of money. They're not being treated like they should be treated. And so they begin to resent their job.
mhm.
And the only people who can tell us how much we can charge is us. That's it.
And I'm feeling more confident in my ability to change a child's trajectory in life. And so I don't hesitate at my price now. And it's too low. It needs to go up a little bit, but when I'm ready to, it's going up again.
I love that. I love that. I think, and that really just goes to show how confident you become in your teaching online, in the process, knowing that you can really make quick effects in children and get good results with them. And this is all amazing.
Mhm,
What would you say to yourself who was starting, it's almost a year ago when you were
mhm,
retiring and you had a lot of fears, I'm sure, about this
mhm.
new path in life? What would you say to that Gail today to make her feel better about this
Um,
new position?
I would say have faith, have confidence. You can do it. Don't hesitate. Just keep going because it's going to happen. And I think in
Mhm.
Jumpstart, didn't we do a letter to our future selves? And
We
I thought,
did.
oh gosh, how silly. Dear Gail, in 6 months, you're going to be, and you know what? Everything I wrote in there was true.
Uh-huh. I love it.
Yeah.
Yes, that's so
So,
awesome. That is
but
so
I
awesome.
would tell past Gail, don't be scared, don't be afraid. You can do it. You have a good thing to offer children, and there's a good path ahead.
That's right. Do it scared, get the support you need, and everything is going to work out.
Mm-hmm.
I love it.
Exactly.
I
Yeah.
love it. Thank you for joining us today, Gail. And I'm excited that you are a part of our community. So we get to see lots more of each other. And
Mm-hmm.
I am so excited for you guys. I got to hear her
Yeah.
story because we really do need to connect with people like Gail, who, less than a year ago, she was in the stages of starting her business. And now she has it exactly where she wants it.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep.
Enjoy the rest of your day, everyone.
Thanks, Joanne.
Awesome. Thank you, Gail. I appreciate it.
All
Enjoy
right.
the rest of your day, Gail.
Thanks. You too.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.